Hey guys, we're here with the video update on the Monogram high-tech 148 scale P47D Thunderbolt, better known as the Jug. We're working on putting her all together, and we'll show you what we got done so far. We have got our prop. It's been painted. Whoop, I just dropped it on the floor. Get it. Oh, this sucks getting old. Oh. We got all yellow tips on there. We got painted. We got the hub all done. It's ready to get its Hamilton standard decals and get sealed up. We have got the wheels all painted. Got the engine painted. Tail wheel done. Those are all ready to go on. I hope it'll show up real well in here. We got our cockpit done and obviously installed. We started gluing the fuselage together. I did the top, glued it along the top, making sure it lined up pretty well. And then today, started gluing the bottom seam together. And we got her taped up back in the back to hold it up tight. That's where we're at on there. We've got our wings glued together. There's the other one. On that up. As soon as the glue sets up a little bit more, I'll run the sandpaper around the edge to smooth them up. And then Dave asked about, he said he was building one and he was having trouble with the wing roots, so I thought we would kind of do that here. We've got, when you just stick it in, you can see there's a pretty good gap there. Also on the bottom. I'm going to see what I need to do just from looking at it. Be a little bit of filing right here in this corner. There. So that'll fit in. As I can see, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, probably not. It's hitting down there before it hits anywhere else. There's a little lip on there that we need to pull off. And then once that's done, let's see, the other wing fits better if I think so, if I remember right. Yeah. The other wing fits better. It's still there. It's got it'll rock, so we'll have to get in there and sand down a little bit so we can take care of that, bring it in tight. As far as the seam on top goes, what I'm going to do is get out the old Formula 560 canopy glue and run a bead of that in there to fill it in a little, because there is a seam there on the plane. On the actual aircraft, there's a seam there. Obviously, it's not a Grand Canyon like there is now, but there's a bit of a seam, so we'll just fill it in with the canopy glue to close up the gap, but there'll still be a bit of a seam there. Same thing on the bottom here. Seeing the bigger one, because the wing will tilt up, so actually there's a bigger gap on the bottom there is on the top, which is, I guess, okay, because There had to be one somewhere. I'd rather it be on the bottom than the top. So we'll get that filled in. Again, that may be the same thing here. I'm noticing that this is not quite square with the fuselage. You put that in. You see that little edge tail right there? Kind of curves down. We sand that back a little bit, and that'll help tighten up the fit there. And the same issue up in the front is not quite. It's not quite square, so a little bit of sanding there should square those up. And we'll get that glued together. Get that. That's kind of where we're at on that part. There's a little bit of sanding on the edges of those wing roots to square them up and gonna bring them in tighter, and we'll be good to go there. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, there was so much photo etch, so much detail in the cockpit. I really didn't want to put a pilot in there to cover it up because it's such a small opening to begin with. But I know how Bill is. Pilot, pilot, pilot. Fidelity to detail. Waka, waka, waka. He wants to see pilots. So what I did, I went on eBay and found a set of resin pilots, flight crew, whatever you want to call them. And obviously he has one pilot still in his flight gear, just got out of the plane, talking to the other pilot about a maneuver that he did, assuming for the kill that he got. So we're going to use these guys, and they're check master kits, they're resin kits. Of course, they're both facing the wrong direction. Let's see if we can get in here. They look pretty clean. There's just a little bit of flash like between his legs there. That was about the only place I saw the flash. On the guy in the jacket, you have to put on one of his arm and both of his feet. And the other one, that's the pilot. Again, I need to take him out. You have to actually put on both of his arms. But these are really nice looking castings. So you got just that little bit of flash in between the legs and like they're right between the boots. Got really nice detail on them. I think these were $14 shipped to me. It may have been less. I mean, it may have been 12. I don't remember now. I think it was 14, $13.99 or something like that. There's that one. And there's the other one. I'll put some stills up of these two at the end. On him, so you got to put on his arm and his boots. But yeah, I kind of like them. Nice thing here is too, I'll put mount them on a piece of acetate in their pose, and I'll be able to move them around to different models as I'm displaying. So anytime I have an issue with not having a decent pilot in the plane, or not wanting to put a pilot in the plane, I can always, for display, show these two guys in for the pictures or whatnot. So that's where we're at so far. So I'm going to sand those wing roots a little bit, get them squared up, get them up tight, get them glued in, get the tops filled with the canopy glue. We'll have to do a little putty work on the bottom, and then we can move on to the horizontal stabilizers and the tail wheel assembly and start putting together the main landing gear. We're keeping with my normal warbird theme of keeping them clean with nothing hanging. I'm probably not going to put the bombs on. I have not for sure decided on the drop tank yet, but I'm pretty 99% sure that I'm not going to put the bombs on it. The pilot of this plane, this is Schilling. Let me grab it real quick. I can't ever remember his name. Yep, David Schilling was on a mission where he was actually encountered 100 enemy aircraft in the skies on one of his missions, and he was credited for downing 5 aircraft that day. I think I remember seeing a History Channel program, one of those dogfighters, animated computer-generated things, and that was, I'm thinking that was one of the, I have to go back and look, that was one of the ones that they featured, was that episode, that mission where he was basically by himself with 100 German fighters in the area, and he managed to get out and took 5 of them with him. So, anyway, I'm starting to waffle again. We'll cut this off because we are already at 12 minutes. That's way too long. Have an update again probably in a couple of days. We'll probably have a photo update, but in the meantime, for Bob Dyer, when you see this video, I'm gonna send you a PM, or if you see this before you hit it, I have a question for you on the paint, and I'll try and get a hold of you to get that answer, because I know you are Mr. P47. So, till the next update, we'll see you guys.